I am here to get my blood work done. This is my every quarterly blood work to make sure my blood sugar is doing well and my inflammation in my body is coming down. And that's part of my self-care journey. Quick check-in. Today is Thursday, where I am just enjoying the sunset. Is for today is we have a hurricane heading towards our area here in California. I think it's going to be a tropical storm by the time it hits us. Gearing up for that. Which makes for some interesting footage. I had this weird interaction this week that really just set off my nervous system in a negative way. I've been over anxious this whole week, trying to get it under control. Major anxiety. So I'm trying to work on everything I normally do, because it's almost worse to things up online because it makes you more anxious. So I kind of need to stop doing that. A very active imagination, so it's really easy for me to think of things that could go wrong. But I just wanted to also mention it was about fitness, because that's really an important part of my self-care. But it's physical, getting yourself in shape. It's very much a mental aspect, not only physical strength, but mental strength spiritually. I feel like if you take care of your body will definitely get back to you. I'll be showing some ways to be able to take care of yourself and self-care, but also spirituality, that's also self-care. Journaling, cooking healthy foods for yourself, that's taking time to nurture your body, strengthen yourself. Those are my thoughts on self-care. Gearing up for my trip to Europe. We're about a little over 2 weeks out, getting all of my checklists ready to go. I'm starting to pack a little bit as we get closer. I'm going to get everything ready in advance. I want to make sure I feel comfortable, secure, and so I can have fun. As soon as I come back, I plan on getting a financial coach who can really help hold me accountable, help me get rid of the student loan debt. I've been paying on it for some time, but I need to get rid of it. It's just, I can't even deal with having it around anymore. Student loans are kicking back in October. Right now I'm putting like $1,200 a month towards it, but I need to either make more money or I got to strip more money from my budget. Like a free financial coaching call through Ramsey Solutions, part of their Financial Peace University program. I need that coach to kick me into tell me just to stay focused and get it paid off so I can start putting some of that money away more cheap.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm dying. And we're gonna get further apart.
Oh, goodness.
It's my time. My calves hurt for Friday.
Get a pull.
I'm ready for it. That was nothing.
Ooh, for you.
Oh yeah, relaxation. What's our last one? On this side. What's up? It is Friday. I'm a little out of sorts today. You ever have those moments, everything just kind of goes out the window and you can't remember anything? I completely forgot about my chiropractic appointment, and I'm sitting there at like 9:15 going through my emails, and I said, oh crap, I forgot. So it would have been the second time that I would forget, and luckily I got in. I have one shoulder blade on the right side that just is always hurting. So I'm like, I don't want to miss today. So luckily they squeezed me in and got me in. Plus my mind is just trying to get everything organized, anything that I need ordered so it can be here on time. Finish my packing as of next week, a week, 12 days out from me leaving and jumping on a plane. So I want to make sure I have all of my snacks and anything I can think of that will keep me comfortable when I'm gone. And then also just trying to do like pay off bills and do all that sort of thing before I leave. A lot in my head. Plus I'm trying to get stuff organized at work. I have everything done. So when I come back, we have an event like the next week. I need at least a week buffer. Me landing and then coming back to work and getting back into it. I took care of that. I did my self-care for today, which is taking care of my aching back and shoulder. Go to work, put in a good day, and then figure out the rest. I'm just kind of out of it. Sometimes I'm like pretty much up and down, and I think it's very hormonal. Week I feel really good, and next week I feel like the world's going to end. And this has just been a week of anxiety and fear for whatever reason, and I'm trying to just plug through it. But there comes a point in time when you're just like, man, I'm just not okay this week. Been trying to be a little bit more gentle for myself, being more mindful about what I'm listening to and watching. Me soothing myself is getting away from people. Get out, go walking, go pray. It's like taking like a longer route through the country, because that's always really healing for me, is to go to the back roads back to work. I'm gonna rush. I'm gonna take my time. The work will get done. I mean, to feel calm when I go back into a chaotic environment. I'm seeing my makeup is not quite right, which is okay. I'm just gonna fix it. I'm gonna get some major rain from remnants from Hurricane Flurry. Gearing up for that. It's fine if it rains. I just don't want it to rain so much that it's dangerous to drive on the street, and here it's supposed to be windy, so Morning, it's Saturday. Just a quick weather report for today. We're still waiting for remnants of Hurricane Hillary to hit our area. Still a little ways from us. They're expecting landfall sometime Saturday afternoon. They're still kind of projecting it to be a tropical storm. It's gonna be still like a category 1 when it hits Tijuana. So that's pretty close to where we are. See what happens. I start gearing up today, putting my plant in the house, picking up my supplies from the store. Just in case, I'm probably gonna also get a heating element or something just in case our power goes out. I was starting to think about it, and our power is underground. So if we get a lot of wind and a lot of rain, then it could flood out our power system. That got me thinking, and I said, well, we might be down without power for maybe like a day or so. So I might as well get that done. Have power, that means I can't get gas. So I'm also gonna pick up gas today, just have that in my back pocket. Storm is supposed to be with us Sunday into early Monday. I'm still going into work because we don't close for anything hardly ever. Be humid, probably gonna get much worse, but you can just tell like the humidity is slowly going up. I'm just one of those people who better be safe than sorry. I'm heading over to my breathwork class. I'm gonna go today, and then depending on what the weather forecast looks for tomorrow morning, then it will kind of determine if I'm gonna be heading over in the morning to class. Not, then I can just cancel it and then go into church tonight so I don't have to go on Sunday when it's storming. Done. I kind of been debating about that because I'm just gonna have to do laundry again next weekend to get everything ready for my trip. 3 o'clock, and we're still waiting for Tropical Storm Hillary. She got downgraded from Category 4 hurricane to a Category 3. A little bit of running around after I was done with my cold punch class. I ordered my food last night because I knew it was going to be crazy at the store, and I was absolutely correct. But because I ordered ahead of time, my groceries were already ready this morning, and all I had to do was just go drive up, have them put in my back of my car, and I avoided all of that, which was awesome. I had a couple more items from Target. They're going to a Pollo Loco and just getting a bunch of chicken just to have on hand, and I just put it in the refrigerator so it's nice and cold. That's already cooked, and then I'm gonna cook a little bit more tonight just so I have food on Sunday and possibly Monday in case our power goes out. Gas up, I got cash. The power goes out, we're all screwed, can't get gas, we can't buy anything. So it's just a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna be ahead of the game. I'd rather go overboard. I have my county app ready to go so we can get updates, and you know, they keep telling us that we have a possibility of having potential tornadoes go through. I'm not gonna say I'm anxious, but I just would feel better if I have everything at home. So it's just been overcast. It's super, well, it's not as humid as it's gonna be, but you can definitely feel that there's change in the air. It's been overcast and cloudy for most of the day. People who are just kind of like, like, you know, oh, it's not a big deal. You look at Costco, you look at all the grocery stores, and everybody's there getting water. And I got my water too. I got 4 gallons of water. We're just waiting. So hopefully I'll get some interesting rain footage for you guys. All right, this is the calm before the storm. Another quick update. So I got my lab tests done at the doctor, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and everything is looking better with the exception to 2 things. So I gave up sugar. I've only been eating natural sugar, and my blood sugar has gone up. So I was at 5.5, and now I'm like borderline back to pre-diabetic, so don't know what's going on with that. And then the big one was I had a huge drop in my kidney function, like dangerously low. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. So my doctor she just told me just to continue to hydrate. We'll retest again in 4 months, but she said if it continues to dive, then I need to go see a kidney specialist and figure out what's going on with my body and why my kidneys are starting to kind of stop functioning. So anyways, so that was like a huge surprise, and a lot of it, they said, you know, she's like, you know, you got to get the weight off, which I know, I'm working on it, but it's really frustrating because it's like I'm trying to do everything right, and my body is just still acting up. The positive news is that in my inflammation from my body, when I had the C-reactive protein test, that was like off the charts last year. This year, I'm like way back down. I went from like I don't know if it's like milligrams or what percentage, but it was like at like over a 10, and you're really supposed to be down between like a 1 or a 2. So now I'm back down to a 2, but it's just my freaking blood sugar. I have to keep that stable because that's what's hurting my kidneys is my blood sugar. So I'm definitely am down, at least since last time I went to the doctor, I'm down like 10 pounds, but my body is still freaking out. So I'm going to go and have my biometric screening done today, and that is a service, kind of a benefit that they offer at work. So I'm going to see if I get different readings, because last year I did get different readings between their lab and a lab at my doctor's. So if it's consistent and my blood sugar is still elevated high and my kidney function is consistently low, or if it looks worse, then I'm going to request from my doctor to actually go see a kidney specialist now and not wait 4 months, because I didn't have the greatest kidney function last time, but I went from like a stage 2 kidney function to stage 3A, which I think is serious. So I am gonna have to work on that and just drink a ton of water. And I mean, I'm eating as clean as possible, so I'm just kind of like, was telling my doctor, I was like, I don't know what else I can do. He said, I'm working out, I'm trying to eat right, and I'm not drinking alcohol. I haven't had alcohol in months. So yeah, so if I get a bad reading, once I get my results back in the next week or two, then I'm just going to say, hey, I need to see a kidney specialist now because something's going on. And I would rather not wait and just deal with it now. So anywho, that's what's happening in my world. And yeah, so it's a little bit of a stressor that I'm just update on Hurricane Hillary. So we didn't get a whole lot of, like, a ton of rain in our area. Like, we got rain. Okay, I'm not going to say that it didn't rain, but it wasn't as bad as we thought. Most of the storm was about out in the desert, which was probably 60, 80 miles from us. They got the brunt of the storm, but we did get some good amount of rain. We almost got like 2 inches of rain, and the wind was light towards the end of the storm. At least in our area, we got a little bit of wind, but it really kind of just depended on where you were in our county. The mountains got a whole lot of rain, in the deserts and a lot of wind. They saw more action. If you're along the coast, depending on what area you were in, you saw a lot of wind. So we lucked out. So I just spent the whole day on Sunday just hanging out at home and spent time cleaning my room. Never lost power, but I felt really good about being super prepared, and I just had my food. I had my old movies on all day, and that's all I did, and I just organized and cleaned and planned for the week. So, I mean, I wasn't like annoyed. My breathwork class, they ended up having a class, but they lost power. So I was actually lucky that I didn't drive all the way over there, because in the middle of the class it would have lost power and it would have sent us home. So that ended up working out. So I'll just catch up on the weekend. And yeah, so everything's good. Everything's back to being beautiful and sunny, and not a lot of damage here, just a couple of downed trees, a couple of people's fences fell down, but nothing serious. So we're really grateful, and I think no one regrets planning ahead, because we just never had a storm like that was projected to come in hot. Other areas like Palm Springs and Cathedral City, like the high desert, they are the ones who got it really bad. So we just happened to be on the outskirts of the tropical storm. So anyways, yeah, so we're all good. Everything's great. And everybody who reached out to me from like my accountability group and through Facebook to check on me, like, we're totally fine. We're totally fine and well prepared. But it was just a really great reminder. And then in addition to all of the storm and everybody being stressed out about that, then we had an earthquake. And luckily down here, I didn't feel it. But up in LA, so it was about 200 miles plus from San Diego. But yeah, so we had that going on top of the rain and the flooding. And so it was just another reminder of like, oh yeah, by the way, we live in California. This is what we really need to be prepared for. So that was just like another like, okay guys, like pull it together. So anyways, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. And my next clips that you guys will see will be me loading up on our trip to Europe and getting prepared for that. And I'm gonna just keep filming while I'm over there, and hopefully I'll have some really great clips for you guys. So if you'd like to see all of that and want more self-care trips and how I am gearing up for my Europe trip, my self-care travel tips, make sure that you keep watching and have some great tips. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.